You do not understand my excitement to see the sun shining, because it has been gloomy for the last week and a half. And so now the sun is out. So I'm excited about that. Hi, I'm Angel from Healthy in Heart. Thank you for joining me on my channel today. I have quite a bit to do today in between editing videos, because I have a backlog of videos to edit. So some of them are going to be, well, pretty much all of them are going to be past dated. Anyway, today I have a huge bowl of apples and a huge bowl of tomatoes and some onions and peppers that need to be processed. So these are going to be applesauce with a cinnamon stick in the applesauce. These are going to be salsa. So, oh, I need to get some hot peppers. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so usually for salsa, I'll roast the vegetables first and then pull them out and just dry them up and process them with a water bath. But I don't have time for that, so I'm just going to chop them up, put them in a pot, let them heat up, and they're going to be chopped fairly large too, because I like to chew when I eat. So and the apples are going to be applesauce. Now, you've seen me do a video making applesauce before, but what you have not seen is me doing a video making applesauce with this right here. This is what I'm going to strain the applesauce with, and yeah, I'm going to give it a try and let you know what I think. This one I got off of Amazon, and it has the hopper, it has the grinder, and it has the direction thing. It took me a minute to figure this out because it did not come with instructions, but I did get it figured out. So just FYI, don't forget that ring in here, gasket. And so it goes like this, and Todd had to make me something to attach it to the table, because I don't have a counter that overhangs, so I have no counter to attach it to. And yeah, so he had to make me an attachment for the table. But you can do this by hand. It does have the hand crank, or, and this is what I'm going to be doing, motor. I'm going to let the motor do it because I'm kind of short on time today. It has been a busy couple of weeks. I mean, it really, really has. And it's already 10:30. I've been editing videos all morning. Yeah, so I needed this to speed this up along, because the hand crank is fine. With the food meal that I have, it's fine. It works when I'm not in a hurry. It's absolutely fine. But I'm kind of don't have a lot of time today, so I need to get this going, and I need to yeah, get it going now. So I will be back when I get my apples and tomatoes and peppers and onions ready. I remember the last time I did this many apples, I needed 2 pots. So I actually have the 2 pots today, and you're going to need about 1 or 2 cups in the bottom, just to keep the apples from sticking. And I only have 2 limes and 1 lemon, so yeah, I'm not even going to worry about putting the thing in there to keep it from turning, because I don't have enough to keep them from turning, period. So they're just going to turn, and that's fine. It's just oxidized. I'm going to just evidence of oxidation. They're not going to go bad, but I am going to put cinnamon in these. Not really worried about that. I do need to get a sharp knife. I don't have a sharp knife. I need to sharpen a knife. After you sharpen the blade of a knife, make sure you wipe it off, because you don't want metal shavings in your food. So anyway, these have been washed. That still is not very sharp. Yeah, that's gonna hurt me right there. Let's see if this one's a little sharper. tastes better. Not by much, but yeah, no. So anyway, I'm going to try to get these cut up really quick so I can get them in there so there's much less oxidation. Don't freak out. Todd actually has a file that he uses to sharpen knives with, and it makes them really sharp for a while, but I don't know how to use that, and so this is what I'm doing. And I'm not even going to worry about the seeds or the stem like last time because it's going to get drained out. Yes, the seeds do have a small amount of cyanide. Nothing to worry about. Oh, look, that one was grilled. Bummer. You don't need to watch me cut all this because, you know, you've got better things to do with your time. So I'm just going to finish cutting these and we'll be right back. But I did want to say I don't have any bad spots on my apples, but I do on my tomatoes. If you have any bad spots, cut them out. Just, I mean, don't even waste time. Just go ahead and cut it out. When in doubt, cut it out. Okay, so believe it or not, it's only been 10 minutes. It only took me 10 minutes to cut up the rest of the apples, rough chop, and put them in the pots with the water and get them started on the eye and covered. So now I'm going to start on these salsa ingredients. And so, okay, I have 3 white onions, 3 red onions. I have 6 bell peppers and a huge bowl of tomatoes. And so I'm going to have those washed up. I need to drain them, and then I'm going to bring them over here and chop them up. Again, I'm going to rough chop them. And I'm going to, oh my goodness, look at my hair. And then I'm going to put them, hopefully they will fit in this. It's an 8 quart. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to put them in this and then get them cooking. So I'll be back when I get that done. Okay, so what I did not mention is I have some chilies here that we bought, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And, yeah, so they need to be used. I'm going to give these a rough chop and pop them in there as well. Okay, so I'm back. The apples are done, and so I've taken them off of the heat, and I'm just letting them kind of cool off as I remove the lids. So I'm going to let them cool off to reduce the risk of getting burns. Remember the burn that I got a couple weeks ago? Yeah, that we bandaged it up with the large bandages, and so there were 2 large spots that blistered, so those got bandaged, and I blistered everywhere that bandage touched my skin. So I was like, okay, well, these must be made of latex because I know I have a latex allergy. And so we got some gauze and taped it to my stomach, and yeah, that blistered too because the tape, apparently I'm allergic to the adhesive on the tape. So I guess I'll be going back to the old ways of using just tying bandages on myself, because so my stomach ended up this big. Blisters from not just the burn but from also the bandages. Anyway, so the apples are cooling and they smell wonderful. So where I use the chili peppers for the salsa, here's what it looks like right now. So where I use the chili peppers, it has kind of a taco smell to it, so I'm going to go with that. Kelsey bomb. So I'm going to go with that, and I am going to I'm going to add some cumin to this because cumin is amazing, you know. So this is just going to be a, I don't know, taco-ish smelling salsa, but it smells wonderful. I mean, just the blend of the flavors and stuff. So I'm going to cover this, and it is now 12 o'clock, so I'm going to cover this and turn it down on low. I just now finished getting the, so it took me an hour to chop up all of those veggies. Most of it was the tomatoes. The onions don't take very long. Peppers didn't take very long. It was mostly the tomatoes. So I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to, oh wait, I need to add salt. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of salt because this is a huge pot. I ended up, the 8-quart was not big enough, so I got the largest pot I have, which is usually the one I use to water bath cans. So I'm going to have to wait till these are done before I can even can these guys, because both the apples and the salsa is water bath processed. Anyway, yeah, okay. So I'm going to get stirring this in while I finish talking. I also added 2 cups of vinegar to this because, well, I needed to raise the acidity for one thing, and I only have 1 lemon and 2 limes, and that's just not going to do it. So I added 2 cups of vinegar, apple cider vinegar. It smells wonderful. It really, really does. So I'm going to cover this and let it cook. I got Kelsey's water almost hot for her macaroni. She's already had some fruit. She doesn't just eat macaroni. But she had some fruit earlier, and she finally finished that watermelon, which was so delicious. It was sweet and wonderful. Anyway, gonna let this cook, and I'll be back when, yeah, I think maybe when I jar it up, and then again when it's water bath processed. So we'll be back shortly. Okay. Lunch is done, and so we have some salsa to can up first because this is my water bath pot. I have a ton of dishes to wash also. This turned out wonderfully. It smells so good. Very soupy too. That's alright, Angela, just break it. When these are done, they're going to water bath process for 20 minutes. Let me bring that a little bit closer. Hello. Daddy's not home yet. Hey, little man. Daddy's not home yet. That was a really good way to use all the tomatoes and peppers and onions so that they didn't go bad. Mainly the tomatoes was what I was worried about. And I did end up having to throw a couple of them away. Sorry about that. I had to run in and check on Kelsey, and I was coming back in here and wash my hands again. Finally washed the onion stain off my hands, and I remembered that when I was younger, I absolutely abhorred cutting onions because my hands would sting for days. And now I don't even smell it. I don't know if I'm accustomed to the smell because we eat onions and just about everything, or maybe the onions are not as potent as they used to be. That's it, girl. Yes, Mommy's happy. Are you happy? Awesome sauce. Fist bump. It's awesome to get a fist bump on I'm happy today. One of Kelsey's favorite things used to be Nutella. But when she developed all these allergies, we had to come up with some other reward, because she would work her butt off having good behavior all day long for 1 tablespoon of Nutella. You know, when she started developing all these allergies several years ago, right before we went vegan, we had to clean out all of our cabinets and just like really look at the ingredients, and some of the ingredients in Nutella are just not good. Well, for one thing, it has milk, so we don't eat that now anyway, but so I had to find a substitute, and so I found it's like chocolate dreams, until they started putting chemicals in it. So we had to, hello, that's King Kirby. He's making himself known. Actually, he's hollering for Daddy because it's about time for Daddy to come home, but not quite, so he's anxiously waiting. Anyway, I found a different kind of chocolate spread. It wasn't very good. Kelsey didn't care for it, so yeah. So what was the point of getting it if she didn't like it? And then we discovered Lekko, L-E-K-K-C-O. Hang on. So there's a plain one, and then there's this one. Now it does have fat, it does have sugar, but other than that, they're healthy ingredients. There's no natural flavors or artificial flavors. You gotta watch that stuff. There's a lot of things can pass as natural flavors that you don't want to put in your body. Anyway, so we found that, and that has become her new Nutella. So she loves it. And she says it tastes like chocolate icing that would go in a cake, and she's right, it does taste like that. Only without quite so much fat in it. Anyway, I have to get some more jars. I have 6 jars left for the applesauce, but that might do it. I don't know. We'll see. Where's my spatula? These are the catch-all. Whatever's left over, these catch it. That's alright. This will be really good tonight on some baked potatoes. At least for one of us. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Crap. Who knows what I forgot to do? Okay, those are clean. That one's not. Now I'm going to put the lids on. 6. We got tomato spooge. Wow. 18 pints of what I'm going to call, because of the chilies in there, chili salsa. So, yeah, I'm going to water bath these for 20 minutes, and I will be right back, and we'll do the apple thing. Okay, so with these jars, I don't know why, I can only get 6 of these in my water bath at a time. So I'm going to have 3 batches of those. And I don't know how many of the applesauce because I've not done that yet. So I'm going to get these heated up and get them started with the water bath and be right back. Okay, this is my Johnny Applesauce Maker all set up and ready to go. And it has 1 speed, and that is slow. So, it is low and slow, and so I'm going to turn it on. It's not really loud. Somehow I'm going to have to get these up here so I can get them out. Oh crap. I forgot something. I need something out here. up a little bit. this worked really great. I am very glad that I waited until the applesauce had cooled off, because it was splashing on me, it splashed over here, it splashed out this way, so it's a little messier than the mill that I have, but it is way faster, and I have to work a lot less. Now, that's not comparing apples, that's not comparing Golden Delicious apples to Golden Delicious apples. That's comparing Golden Delicious apples to Red Delicious apples, right? Because this does have the motor, which did not get hot at all. And I have my hand right on it and I just turned it off. It did not get hot at all. This is pretty dry. I mean, I have a masticating juicer, and that's pretty dry. I mean, look at this. That's pretty dry. So overall, I am very pleased with this. Now, it did make a mess on the table underneath. When it started backing up right here, it poured it out underneath. But overall, I am really, really pleased with this product. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it was absolutely worth the price. Okay, so I need to take the motor off first. I gotta take the motor off. Hang on. We do not want to be doing that with wet fingers. So all you do to take it off is spin it out this way and pull it straight out. Very easy to put on, put off, and pull off. Not so easy for me to unplug because my plug-in is behind the Zojirushi. Okay, so there's the motor, and now we get to clean up the mess. So you can see right there the mess that was made on the table. Not huge. To me, it's completely acceptable mess because it's not a lot. This just pops off of there. I mean, wow, all those apples, and that's really dry, yeah. That is very dry. Now, if you had a machine that would squish that, you would probably get more out, but I wouldn't think you would get a whole lot more out. So there's this. I mean, you can see that just barely even got it wet on the inside. Cleanup is really going to be a breeze if I can get this one off pretty easily. And should have felt that one out. Alright, Miss Kelsey's over there farting. Everybody's got to do it, y'all. No comments about my Kelsey's farts. Okay, now let me see if I can spin this off. It does have a gasket in there, and this is just a little bit warm and slick. Turn it off this way. There we go. It helps if you turn it the right way, Angela. There's a little screw. There's a little screw right here that needs to be unscrewed all the way. Not all the way, it doesn't need to come out. And there is a spring in here. Ugh, okay. There we go. That was why it was hard to come off. So let's check down the barrel if I can get it out. That's pretty good, y'all. Look. It's not bad at all. Right. So I think cleanup on this is going to be easier than it was on the other one I had. And it does have to bolt to a table. Like I said, my husband made me a piece that allowed me to bolt it to the table. So this needs, the whole thing needs to be washed. It does have a little bit caught inside there. That's not a big deal. So here is our applesauce. It looks beautiful. And I would absolutely, I got squirted on. I would absolutely recommend this. I know I've only used it once, and I did not use the hand crank. I cannot imagine that the hand crank would be any harder to use than the power thing. Could not be any harder to use than the hand crank mill that I was using. This is much easier, much faster with the motor. It is the Roots and Branches brand, Johnny Applesauce Maker, and you can get accessories for it. Daddy's home. So you can get these accessories right here for it, which I did buy separately, but the one that comes with it is good for applesauce and tomatoes. Just to be able to compare Green Delicious apples with Green Delicious apples. I will do that again and do it with their hand crank before I put out the review on this. Here are the accessories that you can get, and those are the other things that you can make with it. You can puree with these accessories. I have not used these accessories, but there they are. So overall, I am very pleased with this product so far, and it has a 5-year warranty. So I mean, for something that's mostly plastic, that's really great. But I need to go off here and get this applesauce bottled because my husband just got home. Hi, darling. Okay, so we're gonna get this applesauce stirred up really quick because I have an alarm that's gonna go off here in a few minutes, and I need to use my foot. So yeah, I got business to take care of. So I mean, that is really thick. It is very thick applesauce. I love that. This is actually thicker than the other, I believe. And it's definitely drier than, at least the pulp was a lot drier than the other was. And I'm not putting any sugar in this at all because cinnamon is antibacterial, antifungal, so it will be fine. But you do what you want to do. Uh-oh. It's so thick it's hard to judge how much is actually in the jar. But it's sweet, so it does not need any sugar for real. Mom, my cinnamon's empty. Nuts. Okay, see, these are going to be 2 sticks per jar.
Huh?
That's all right. All right, we got 9 pints, and I put 2, and if it was a tiny one, 3 sticks of cinnamon in here. And so I will water bath those for 20 minutes, and yeah, they'll be good to go. So here's what we got preserved today: the chili salsa and the cinnamon applesauce. Isn't that beautiful? And they have already cooled down enough to where I can touch them. They're still warm. So pretty. So, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate that you spend your time with me. Yahuah bless you and keep you and give you shalom. Until next time, Yah bless.